G'day folks, and welcome back to the channel for part number 17 of my piercing Blademaster playthrough with Stabitha. Um, we're pretty much ready to jump into Ultimate. Now, I did mention at the end of the last episode that I would maybe do Hidden Path, but I would also maybe forget about it. I've decided to go with the third option, which is, I'm going to deliberately skip it, and we will do it in Ultimate. We will get 3 skill points, 3 attribute points, or just do it all in one go. I could do it right now, but honestly, it's probably not worth the time spent to get it, so we'll just do it in Ultimate. What I do want to do, though, is firstly, fix these shoulders, because, yeah, they don't look good. So I'm just going to come over here to the Illusionist, go to Shoulders, and find something that kind of matches. That one's all right. Let me see here, what else we got? We could go with the squid shoulders. Maybe not. You know what? We'll go with these ones. Cost a few iron bits, but honestly, I've got tons of them. And now Stabitha is looking a little bit better. Doesn't entirely match, but, you know, it's kind of whatever. Okay, so I want to go to Ultimate. And my armor's kind of fine. I'd like some better gloves and boots, but other than that, it's fine. Resistance-wise, I'm going to lose 50% on this top row. So fire's going to be fine. Cold is going to be 60%. Lightning is going to be 60%. Poison and acid is going to be, 63%. And piercing is going to be actually quite bad. This is going to be, what are we looking at here? 47? Something like that? I'm bad at maths when I'm trying to record. It's not good, let's just leave it that way. Bleeding is going to be actually capped. So bottom row we lose 25%. Actually, easier way, let's just show this. I will be coming back to Veteran to do a couple of things before we get into Ultimate, but not much. So 63, 43, not 47. Like I said, math is hard. Capped 46, still capped on Aether, so we are well over on Aether. I could definitely lose some Aether resistance, although these shoulders would certainly not be one that I want to lose. And we definitely need some more Chaos. So that's kind of what the resistances look like. Now, the way I can fix this is by getting items with better resistances. Now, this Harmonious Chronally Signet of Mending, I'm unlikely to get something better than this. It has been almost 30 levels. I guess 24 is kind of almost 30 levels. There will be higher level affixes. I can get bigger numbers on this. Chances of me getting a Harmonious Chronally Signet, probably pretty small. This one, however, this one comes with Chaos Resistance, and that's kind of it. So this one, I could definitely get a better version of this. The Mogara's Fangs doesn't have any resistances at all, so I could look for, well, basically any amulet. We could go kill Mogara a couple times. We could also, how is Devil's Crossing reputation? We could do a couple of quests in Ultimate, get to Honored, go back to normal, do their Honored quest, and we would have access to the +1 to Nightblade amulet. I believe that's a cold amulet rather than a piercing one, so maybe not the best choice, but it is an option for sure. Weapons are probably fine. I think the next version is 70 something. Let me just have a quick look here. Derm, do a quick search for Dermopteran slices. Level 70 is the next one. Yeah, so that's a little ways off. You're not really going to get resistances on your weapons anyway. You can, but it's not what you're looking for there. Gloves, I could definitely replace these gloves and not really care. If I could get the gloves that come with the prismatic shield, that would be pretty good. The other thing we could do, actually, at this point, is just kind of roll with it. These resistances are not horrible for Ultimate, so maybe we just do that. One thing I did want to do before I just went back into Ultimate. One thing I did want to do before I start on Ultimate, though, is I want to go back to Veteran, and I want to get a couple of... which ones was it? I want to craft the Blademaster's talisman. I know I swapped to the Juggernaut last episode, but honestly, I want to play Blademasters. So let's go see this. I need 2 tainted brain matters, and I also need a bunch of Aether Souls, and this is kind of what I was looking at. Now, the Warden's Lab, I'm going to show this because it's better than telling, but if we go down here, level 31, these no longer are going to drop Aether Crystals for me. None of the... they're all dead, but none of the enemies are going to scale up anywhere close to my level. So this is kind of a waste of time, alright? The next place that you could go is over here in the Arcovian foothills. And this also is, I don't think, going to scale anywhere near high enough. 37, no. Nope, so these are also not going to drop anything. Next good place, probably the Immolation, but that's a little rippy. Conflagration, also kind of rippy. So I guess the Blood Grove, and then we head sort of northeast-ish. Let's just see how we're doing for scaling. We should be 60, yeah. Should be 60 across the board here. And then once we get past Darkvale Gate, it'll scale all the way up with us. So we can just run through the mine here. And we can get ourselves some Aether Crystals. So I am watching my health bar. I have used my heal, but oh, there's level 59. I've used my heal, but Pneumatic Burst is back up. Fleshwalk Cask resistant. I will take a look. I guess we can kill these guys as well. Beast Caller's Cowl, for just in case you wanted to play a Pet Conjurer instead of the Blademaster. Alright, so we can go through here. Now, I need the Aether Crystals to make the Blademaster's Talisman. If you're not interested in that, if you're happy to keep the Juggernaut, that's fine. Then just skip this a little bit. I definitely want to get this Olzard's Decree level up. You'd love to see that. Okay, so we've exhausted the crystals here. Next spot is probably... is it Astrakhan Mountains? I forget which one it is exactly. It is definitely not here. We want to go right here, so next one along... Astrakhan Road, and we want to run backwards here. Now, there's a whole bunch of goblins and Chillmanes, I guess they are. We're not here for them. We are here for Childred over here. Now, Childred can drop a Tainted Brain, which would be ideal. Grimtools tells me that he has a 100% chance to drop. Experience tells me that this is a lie. He definitely does not have a 100% chance to drop. If I say that enough, he'll drop it. Yep, see, didn't drop anything. So, definitely not true. And then from here, tempted to go do that totem, but I'm looking for crystals. The Gates of Necropolis, and then if you just head up the right side, there's a decent number of crystals there as well. Now, I'm going to just grab a few of the crystals, because that's what I'm after. The other way I could do it is I could go into Ultimate and just go up to the Burial Hill. There's a decent number of Aether Crystals on the outside, and then there's even more on the inside. Let's grab that helmet. Flesh Warped Shield and Haunted Vestments, not really what I'm after. So this is where the crystals start. Keep in mind some of these crystals are going to be trapped, which is kind of fine. And again, now that I've said they're going to be traps, none of them will be. Although, now I said they're not going to be. What is the game going to do? Doesn't really matter. Got my crystals. And that's pretty much it. So, the other thing I want to do is I want to... actually, I probably should have stayed where I was. Let's go back to where I was. I want to go to the blacksmith. And not just any blacksmith. This is one of the, what are we calling them? The secret blacksmiths? It's not really a secret. Kind of hidden blacksmith, maybe? You can see him here on the map here. He's the Cursed Smith Horus. So we'll go see him. I'm probably going completely the wrong way here. Yeah, you gotta go around. Unfortunate. But it is what it is. Alright, here we go. Ooh, I see. No, no, no. Stay on target. Okay, so Cursed Smith. And I need some brains, right? So let's get rid of these consumables materials. So I need tainted brain matter. Well, I can turn Blood of Chthon into tainted brain matter. So I'm going to do that. And now I have everything I need in order to craft the... Now I have everything I need in order to craft the Blademaster's talisman. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then we're going to jump into Ultimate. So let's see here. So I need Aether Soul, right? Which means I need 3 Wrath Stones. 1, 2, 3. 1 Aether Soul. If I could click on the right thing, that'd be amazing. And then we come down here to Blademaster's Talisman. Now, the other thing I was looking at... let's go ahead and craft this. I am going to use that later. The other thing I was looking at is Salvation here. So this is a similar kind of defensive relic compared with Juggernaut. So Juggernaut comes with a 6% heal, 600 extra health, and 80 health regeneration. This is when you get hit, 15% chance when you get hit. Salvation is when you hit things. So it's a bigger heal, it's more regeneration, it's also a 20% increased armor. It's when you attack things rather than when you get hit. So if you're playing a character that dodges a whole bunch, then it's more likely to go off, I guess. And it comes with regeneration, percentage increase regeneration all the time, and then also increases regen when the proc is active. So this is something that I was looking at as a potential as well. The reason I chose not to go with it is because of sacrifice. So to make the salvation, you need sacrifice. You also need a sanctified bone, so these are getting a little bit expensive. But sacrifice needs Salazar's Sovereign Blade, and quite frankly, I don't want to go farm that. So I'm just not going to. Gluttony, I don't remember that being too expensive. There we go, I can make 7 of them without even trying. So I definitely could have this, and then I could make sacrifice and turn that into, what was it called? The other one, the big one. Salvation. The other issue with Salvation, though, is you don't get any skill points out of it. So Juggernaut is +1 to all soldier skills. Now, granted, Blademaster's Talisman also does not give you any skill points. What it does give you is anything you hit, it's going to slow down. You have a 10% chance to do a bunch of extra damage. You get a lot of extra offensive ability on that. The completion bonus there just happened to roll racial damage, which is really good. But this also gives you the dual wielding. It's basically a weapon pull skill with 25% chance to do a ton of physical damage, which is converted to piercing. The trauma damage, I can't do anything with that, but that is a decent sized amount of it. So this is the damage option, I guess, and then Juggernaut or Salvation are going to be the defensive options, and swapping between them is honestly fine. Having an extra +1 to all soldier skills is pretty good. Doesn't really super matter if you don't exactly have the right skill totals. So if I put 2 more points into this, I don't get a 5th target, which means actually any points in this over 11 are completely wasted because it's adding bleeding damage. So let's just go take those points out. Eventually I'm going to remember that Sardina is dead. Not this time, but eventually. And I think I'm going to leave 12 points in here because I'm going to swap Juggernaut out. So let's just take 1 point out of there. And then when I take Juggernaut off, this will drop back down to 11, so I will still have 4 target maximum on fighting form here, or in cadence. And that leaves me with 3 points. Now, I am very tempted to dump them all into Warcry. But I also really want to get to Deadly Momentum. So I think I'm going to push for Deadly Momentum. Can I steal points from other places to also get that? I mean, I definitely could. The question is, do I want to? Nightfall, it's kind of whatever, isn't it? It's not very good. The main and offhand damage is going to be piercing. Cold damage is whatever. Attack damage converted to health, I guess, is nice. And the chance of putting the target to sleep is, yeah, it's okay. But I don't need that. So I could take that back. Blade Spirit, I'm definitely keeping, so there's no point. Because I was looking at maybe I could take these 10. I think we're just going to leave that. So let's have a quick look at these. That's garbage. Elemental and Pierce. +3 to Warcry. I do eventually want to go back to a Flesh Warped Cask, but I think I want a rare one. Sorry, a rare prefix with resistances on it. Overlords, or is it Overlords? The one that gives you basically a free scaled hide. That would be pretty good. So I think that's kind of fine. More cunning. There we go. All right, let's just jump into Ultimate. I've done waffling enough. I would have liked to have had better resistances, but it kind of doesn't matter. Let's just get into this. Now, you can pick up quests if you want. You absolutely don't have to, though. And the other good thing about Act 1 is it's full of dumb, stupid, slow zombies. So we can just kind of blitz between them, and there's not a whole lot they can do about it. So we'll take these guys out. Have I even been hit yet? I have been hit. I'm bleeding, but a lot of these guys are just going to be too slow to really do anything. That being blocked is kind of actually irritating. Alright, there we go. So we can rescue Faldas here. Mouse at the bottom of the top option, spam click, and we're good to go. And we can pretty much just continuously shadow strike or blitz between these guys. I do want to come up here and just get the crystals because, you know me, I love my crystals. I love my blade spirits as well, but you wouldn't be able to tell because I keep not summoning them. Alright, Shard's dead. Shard's dead. I do want level 60, but I don't really want to be killing, you know, weak ethereals to get it. Alright, so Kaizog. We came in here at level 5 last time we fought Kaizog. And this time he's just going to die. I am here for the devotion points as well. So Kaizog, let's just go down here. We'll say hi. He's got a soldier friend with him. I mean, he had a soldier friend with him. And now we just blow him up. It's definitely a lot easier the second time through, for sure. I think I'm really tempted to just turn rare items off. I think I'll leave them for a bit. I should have picked those up, actually, but anyway, it's fine. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, didn't. Alright, we're going to go through here. Now, I remember in normal, I remember saying that you can fight Pharos, or you can just spawn him and then run away and come back and kill him later. Well, we're not doing that this time. This time, you know, when I left you, I was but the learner, now I am the master. Definitely applies here. Nothing in this act is particularly dangerous to us, so we're just going to kill everybody and then be on our way. Now, I do like the loot kind of hidden off the side. The other thing here, we could do the Slith. We could absolutely target the little, the blue Slith here. Grab ourselves the necklaces and go get a nice ring. Now, the ring in Ultimate, I believe, requires level 70. And the other thing about the ring in Ultimate is that it is not a Crunley ring, which means I'm probably not going to use it. It'll be a nice to have, and if I end up needing some damage to beasts or is it vitality piercing and elemental, I think is the 3 resist it has. If I end up needing some of that, then yeah, sure. But chances are, Crunley rings are going to do the same thing but better. So very unlikely to actually need it. There we go. Now I've got, what have I got, 2? Yeah, I've got 2 on me already. Let's just zip down here. Take out these blue ones. There's my 3rd necklace. Alright, quest complete. Let's be on our way. We've got to kill the elemental zombies. Again though, really just not hard. Standing in his little lightning thorns aura, taking a ton of extra damage, and it just doesn't matter. Where is Milton? He's not here. There he is. Hi, Milton. So his death save is triggered. And down he goes. So Rampage of Attack on that helmet. This is actually not horrible. Now, I don't really... I mean, I definitely need the Chaos Resistance on the Legion Headguard. But I could kill him a few times and get... oh, that'll sell nicely. And get a nice hat from him. That is definitely a thing I could do. I'm probably not going to, though. Just going to be on my way. Alright, we've got 5 heroes here. Definitely taking a lot of Aether damage from that, whatever it was on the floor. So there we go. Everybody's nice and dead. Storm Shepherd, good belt for not us. Prismatic Diamond. Now, this is something I've actually forgotten about. This is the hardcore helmet component. So I can use this at 55. I should go and make this immediately. I will try and remember to do it before the end of the episode. Alright, Zealots, Gauntlets, we've got offensive ability, we've got attack speed, which is very good. We've got chaos resistance. These are going in the I'm going to use them later pile. Voidblade is definitely not. And Caesarean's Conviction also definitely not. Tempest, no. Mage Storm, Shoulders, no. Alright, we can pick the rest up and just chuck them in a pile. Yeah, I'm pretty sure these are just a straight upgrade. I need the Piercing Resist. I need the Chaos Resist. And Bleeding, while I do kind of need it, it's only kind of. Alright, let's keep moving up the road here. We've got one more colored zombie. This one's a fire zombie. Could take him out. So Negan the Withered. Down he goes. Grab the loot, whatever it is. And we can be on our way. So I definitely remember the devotion point that I didn't spend. I remember it now. I had forgotten it in the cave. That's all right. I'm about to get another one, so we'll go ahead and spend them at the same time. All right, down he goes. Sharpshooter's rifle, kind of whatever. 2 more necklaces. I'll pick those up and then throw them all on the floor after I've done the turn-in. But this is what I'm here for. I'm here for the Devotion Shrine just over here. Let's go ahead and turn that on. A couple of doggies down there. It's kind of whatever. We yell at everyone so they do less damage. And he just get healed. When are you healing him? Or is he the reborn type? Alright, let's turn that off. Just so I can see what's going on. Okay, so we got a bunch of blues here. Warmaster's Pride, Amulet with +1 to Soldier. Okay, still no resistances. And I can't block, so no. Falcon's Claw, no. scale leg wraps. Less armor. Still actually not bad, but no. And we'll just pick the rest up. Alright, don't forget the devotion point again. Who would do that? Not me. Alright, let's go ahead and bring up the plan because I need to double check where I'm up to for the devotions list. I've done Olzard, so we need... Oh, that's right, we were removing Harpy. Okay, we can go into town. That's kind of a good place to stop for that sort of thing. I will speak to them. Yes, I have Aether Crystals for you, Kasparov. There we go. That's level 60 as well. Now, I do want to wear the Blademaster's Talisman straight away, so there we go. You know what? I'm just going to sell everything. And I'm not going to do your quest. Sell, 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 sell. Okay, definitely don't want any of you. Actually, I should check the gloves. Just in case there's, you know, something like this, which has pretty good offensive and defensive ability. It is an armor upgrade, and it comes with elemental and aether resistance. So I could definitely use that. Because I do want to take this helmet off, so let's just hang on to you for the moment. What about you? You are actually not horrible either. That can go. Milton's hat can go, and we can sell all the rest of this. What about those boots? Where did they go? Nope. Very quick, very easy. Okay, I'm going to keep these just for the moment. And let's go in here. So thank you very much. Doing great work. I already killed Milton, so you can give me my amulet. So Sister's Amulet of Life-Giving, bunch of health, bunch of regen, 2 resistances. It's actually not horrible. There's Sedina. Okay. So, after Olzard, we take a point in Crossroads Purple. So, let's go ahead and do that. Then we remove the Harpy. Like so. And we take the Mantis instead. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then after the Mantis, we remove the point in purple. And we take Azrakar. So that's this one here. Now, what are we getting out of this? We're getting pierce damage, we're getting health and armor, we're getting health, defensive ability, movement speed, defensive ability, casting and attack speed, a bunch of piercing damage. This is the good node in this tree. And obviously the proc itself is quite good as well. So we're going to take these. And then we're fairly close to being done, actually. We're not quite there, but we are close. Right, let's go back to the Foggy Bank. And we can head north. Because this is not normal, so I don't need the shoulders from the stash hidden on the island. I will go ahead and rescue the merchant if I find him. Well, when I find him, because I'm going to go looking for him. He's not down there. There he is. So we can just let him out. I'm from Devil's Crossing. You're not going to like this. Here you go. Fly away, be free. I'm not going to extort him. Because, same as in normal, he is going to be our forever merchant in Act 1, so we don't want to make him mad. Alright, we'll run through the underground passage here. Well, sorry, the flooded passage. I'm still playing Diablo 2 in my head. We can get through here. There's nothing too scary in here, except if you go into the dynamite section, you may have a fun time with the old cold glitch in there. But this section here, we can just kind of shadow strike and blitz through. If I could remember the cooldowns. Alright, just trying to get to the Devotion Shrine at this point. When we get there, we are going to have a whole bunch of Slith to play with, because they're all going to come crawling up out of their holes. And I'm more or less just going to target the casters. Apparently I missed a few down here. So kill the blue ones first, because even though I don't care so much about the quest drops, know how many I would get, actually. We're already up to 7. They do slow you down and do more damage than the melee ones, so I do want to get rid of them. Let's turn the loot off so I can see what's going on. And there we go. Devotion point gained. So 1 more point in Azrakar. This one is health and DA. And then next point is going to give me a very nice damage boost. Alright, Empowered Doomforged Breastplate. That is an armor downgrade. +2 to cadence is actually okay. Resistances on this are alright, but no. And the rest of this is also a no from me. That's okay. It's all iron bits. Alright, let's go kill the boss. Now, in normal, I say that he doesn't have the damage follow-up to make caring about his Sunder a thing you need to do. In Ultimate, however, this guy can kill you. So I'm watching for that. Apparently I'm dodging too early. Now, running away from him is a mistake because he's going to throw rocks at me. He's going to bring the roof down. He's going to throw a rock on his own. So there's the roof coming down. There's the Sunder that I missed again. I'm doing this fight completely wrong. What I should do is just stay in his face and blow him up. We've got Preserving of Supremacy. Okay. I am really, really tempted to put this on. Now, I'm not going to swap to Force Wave. As good as Force Wave is, the reason I'm pretty much sold on wearing this. The reason why is all those resistances. I need Elemental Resist. I need Chaos Resist. I need Vitality Resist. And I need Piercing Resistance. The extra armor is great. The extra physique is good. Pretty much everything on this is good. The physical and fire damage is whatever. The Force Wave stuff, who cares? But honestly, I feel like I'd be silly not to use an amulet like that just plugs so many holes all in one go. So let's go ahead and do that. Now, I can't actually swap this without going back to normal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to normal. I'm going to come out here, grab the next rift gate, and then I'm going back to normal to swap my component over. Now, I could just craft another wardstone. It's actually not hideously expensive. It's, what, 3 Aether Crystals or something? But I think it's just better to keep your crystal. Now, I am losing +1 to all soldier skills here, so I think next time I level, or even right now, I need to put 1 point back into fighting form. So taking those points out, putting them back in, it was basically a waste of time. Let's go a little bit of physique. Okay, I want Devil's Crossing. And I need to find my inventor friend. Here we go, keep the add-on. RIP +1 to soldier skills. Hello, good resistances though, so, you know, it's a trade-off, it's a trade-off. The resistances are worth more to me than the +1 to soldier skills, even though that is very, very good. Alright, we'll sell all of these. What resistances do I need now? Piercing, bleeding, chaos, and poison acid. Well, I kind of don't need these gloves anymore then, do I? I think I'm going to wear those anyway, though. And I already have that component, so let's go ahead and grab that. Now, we'll talk to Faldus. Thank you very much. Honored with Devil's Crossing. Immediately buying this. I'm also going to have a quick look through here. Rings and amulets, 25% piercing damage and 20 offensive ability. That is decent. There's some bleeding resist. There's some poison resist. We could maybe not fix completely, but 1, 2, 3 of those. 45% pierce. We're now capped on bleeding. And sorry, not pierce, it was poison. And 45% bleeding. So bingo, bango, and bongo. Capped, much better. Well, actually, it's the same number. Capped and almost capped. This is the two. I don't know why I'm going for piercing here. So that's definitely good. Let's go ahead and put the Unholy Inscription on here. We're now capped there. We are fully good on all resistances except for piercing and chaos. Now, once I get to Scars of Battle here, I can put 1 point into this, and that will let me maybe drop a Scaled Hide and put another Silk Swatch on. If I get a good helmet with a good Overseer's prefix, then we could do it that way as well. Yeah, we're looking good. We're looking good. All right, back to... Where are we, actually? We could probably do the underground section. All right, let's go kill Veloth. Grab that quest as well, just as a reminder to kill Balros. Alright, is this enough scrap? Glad I could help, blah blah blah. Yes, I'll kill the Slith for you. Coming up on 61 as well, which is another level closer to Deadly Momentum. We will, however, be getting Squad Tactics, which is quite good. All these really good passives on Nightblade and on Soldier are a pretty good argument for using the Fetten Mask. Every +1 skill point to everything in Soldier or Nightblade is just worth so many skill points because they have so many really, really good passives. 2 blues from that hero, that's pretty nice. Hated with the Ethereals, okay. 1 more step to go, then we can fight the Nemesis. Okay, Glacierborn, it's kind of whatever. These spiders are going to be irritating, or at least they would have been before when I didn't have fully capped poison resistance. Okay, you get to die for that. I was gonna just walk past you, but then you rooted me in the spot, and yeah, I'm not having that. So, great thing about Act 1, you can pretty much just evade and dodge your way through it. This is one of the great things about playing a Blademaster, and actually we could have a third one of these skills if we just went to Forgotten Gods and grabbed one of the movement runes. I definitely want to do this one. So let's go ahead and do it. Resistance is all being capped definitely is a good thing. That's a double rare, which is extra iron bits, which I'm really looking forward to. Alright, everybody's nice and dead. Couple of blues there. Death Knights of Destruction, +2 to Blitz, downgrade in armor, kind of whatever. Okay, Tempest of the Void, Falcon's Claw, and Cold Snap. Where are we? There is the Tempest of the Void, there is the Falcon's Claw, and there is Cold Snap. None of them are worth using. Glyph of Disorder, so that's a teleport, I think. Looks like a teleport. It's a movement skill anyway. And honestly, none of these probably. Do have a Dermot Terran Slicer of Alacrity. Not as good as the ones I'm already wearing. Alright, grabbed all the loot. May as well grab that Slith Necklace. Okay, similar to the big rock golem. Does have the damage to follow up to hurt you. So does Veloth now. Not that it's actually going to happen, but at least in theory. She's got some more damage now. Shame she's dead. Okay, pet affixes, I'm not even going to look at it. It's garbage. This is what I actually came for, though. That devotion point also gets me a level. But look at all that extra damage. Just look at it. That much flat piercing damage. We just got a very nice damage upgrade. Take physique up to 30. 2 more skill points. Now, Blindside is definitely good. You get the reduced target's defensive ability there, which is, yeah, it's really, really good. But I think I want Squad Tactics more. Attack speed. Where are we? Attack speed, 160. So I need another 40% attack speed. There's 19%. So that's half of the attack speed I need once I get another 4 levels. Okay, Burridge Outskirts. Now we're getting into the hard half of Act 1. Let's go ahead and talk to Duncan. I will find Angrim. We sided with Angrim in Act 1, or in normal difficulty. And I'm going to side with Angrim again, because I don't think I ever want, or I don't think I need any of Duncan's recipes. They are mostly guns and rifles, from memory, or pistols. Pistols and rifles. So, I don't think I care. I care about you, though. You get to die. We're just going to pretend that I wasn't running around with that, and we are going to side with Angrim. And yeah, like I said, we're going to pretend that I was not running around without my Blade Spirits. Though, to be fair, they are just damage, more or less. There's no debuffs or buffs that I need from that, so just damage. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like damage, so getting more damage is good. Okay, totem complete. We've got Judgment of Imperium, the Sapphire of Elemental Balance. These boots, maybe Vaultkeeper's Mark, probably not. Right, we'll have a look though. Okay, eat the blueprint. No. And then we've got where is the other blues? Oh, the boots. Boots, maybe. Ground Stomp is an activated. Physical resistance, very nice. Bleeding resistance, good. Stun and Petrify resistance, good. These are not horrible. So taking these off actually doesn't cost me any resistance. Well, I lose 1% physical resistance. How's my HP? So I lose a little bit of life as well. But I get stun resistance, which is really nice. Ground Stomp, I'm never going to use that. I don't need the bleeding res. You know what? I don't... The armor is really nice, and I was asking, or I was saying that I need armor upgrade, so I think I will swap that. Piercing is what I really need. Anyway, that's fine. We've got another devotion shrine over here, so let's go ahead and grab that. Do unfortunately have to backtrack a little bit. Every time my computer has that little micro stutter, I freak out because I remember it used to do that while it was spawning Nemesis enemies. So every time it does it, I get this momentary spike of like adrenaline. Like, where is the Nemesis? Immediately glance at the map. Where is it? I know it's here somewhere. Unfortunately, the game doesn't work like that anymore. Alright, I am going to go through here and kill off all the crystals, because crystals drop crystals. I know, amazing insight there. But I like 8th crystals, and you can't have enough of them, so I'm going to go through and kill all of these off. And we can probably ignore these guys now. Alright, I don't need to complete Azrakar, so let's have a look at what it actually gives me. And the pets can take care of that. It's the proc, so yes, I want that. The question now becomes, what do we put it on? Ideally, I don't want to put it on any of the weapon pool skills. I think I want to put it on Blade Spirit, which means I need to put Blades of Wrath here, probably on... Well, I was going to put it on Warcry, but apparently that's not an option. Okay, new plan. New plan. Let's put... I think I like that better. Put it on a Shadow Strike, perhaps. The reason you want Shifting Sands on something that goes off a little more often, chance for impaired aim, reduce target's offensive ability, and the actual damage there is pretty good. And it hits an area as well, so we'll kind of show that off here in a second. The pets can each trigger it independently from memory, if they can trigger it at all. Yep, there it is. The glowing sand, so anyone hit by that is going to struggle to hurt me, which is good. Alright, we'll go rescue Steven Seagal, and then hopefully I remember to backtrack for Balros and Hagra. Here is Ulgrim, so we've got him. Yep, tell him about the prison, stuff him into a rift gate. And I've actually remembered, which is really, really weird, because normally I end up having to come back and kill these two at the end. At the end of the act, that is. Alright, down he goes. Don't stand in the goop. Aether Crystal definitely has to go. I like crystals, etc., etc. You've heard that rant a million times. Alright, so Hagra, the cold one. I think Hagra is the cold one. Definitely want to get rid of Hagra first. Whichever one it was. Yeah, Hagra was the cold one, so that's good. Okay, quest complete. And now we can just run up the road here. And is that blocked? Oh, the side's blocked. Okay, good. I kind of want to go kill them, so I'm going to. Okay, and then Herna, the Dread Widow. Down she goes as well. Alright, you can see the sand popping up. It's pretty good. Do I want to go kill Gutworm? Kind of. But I think I'm going to skip him for now, just in the interest of time. Because he may not be there. Alright, so this is almost certainly going to have 3 heroes in the third wave. We will see. How many we get? Computer says 1. Okay, awesome. Well, that becomes a little easier. I'm very surprised there wasn't 3, but I'll take it. This quest actually matters in Ultimate. Whether you want to... Don't mind me, I just want to go back to normal here for a second. Honored with Death's Vigil means I need to get myself the writ for them. Let me just double check that I'm not missing any. So Cult of Drieg I need to go get as well. And Death's Vigil. Alright. Well, Death's Vigil is easy. That is going to be Homestead. Now, I could run to their hideout, but they have a merchant here in Homestead, so I'm just going to use this one. Keeper Poruk. And we can probably sell all this unnecessary junk. Also, we have got Ring and Amulet augments, so if you need cold or vitality, or bleeding, you can get them from here, which is pretty good. Alright, and what was the other one? Was it Coven? I think it was Coven. No, it was Drieg. Drieg's going to be down here at the Conclave. So we can go ahead and talk to him. Also, coming up on 65, which means we have some gear to buy at level 60. Can we just make the bridge work? Thank you. We have some gear at 65 to have a look-see at. First things first, though, let's go ahead and grab that, and we'll eat it. Now, the gear from Drieg was the Drieg Combatant's Cask. So, where is it? That one there. This is not horrible. Yeah, we can definitely make use of that. It's an armor upgrade, it's got more damage, more offensive ability. I'm going to lose 6% physical resistance, which does hurt. So what we could do instead is we could wait till level 70 and use the Elite Legion Headguard, which is going to be the same thing with more on it. We also have the Mammoth Bladed Waist Guard, which I think I've already bought the blueprint for. The Coven Combatant Spaulders, so that's going to be shoulders. Let's go have a quick look at that, because I may already have better than this stuff. Not you, it's going to be you. Combatant Spaulders, there we go. So we got some flat piercing there. Got 2 resistances. These are pretty good. Losing Chaos Res may hurt a little bit, but that could be an okay thing to swap. And then the last one, the Mammoth Chilling Vestments. I seem to remember these not being particularly amazing. I think I looked at these earlier. Mammoth Chilling Mantle, was it? Chilling Vestments, so it's going to be this one. So that's an armor downgrade already. I'm kind of leaning towards no. All right. Yeah, I definitely remembered looking at them, and I'm pretty sure I decided they weren't very good last time, so maybe I won't end up using those, which is fine. What were those boots? Armor, no resistances, no good. That's fine. Alright, I might actually end the episode here. I am going to hang on to the... Actually, that was the Veloth ring, which I don't care about. I do want to hang on to the Slith ring, which I haven't actually got yet. And yeah, this, I definitely do not care about that ring. Alright, but I am going to end the episode here. So thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one, and goodbye for now.